Hello, my little crafty monsters. How is everybody doing today? I hope everybody is fabulous. So, in today's fabulous tutorial, we are going to be making these little Valentine advent calendar. This is the front part, okay? And then when you open it up, it's like an explosion of puppy love. Cute. So it's all puppy love, and then you have your 14 little slots to put in either like a little goodie, a little note, a little candy, or maybe even a little note to tell them which gift to open. You could definitely do it like that, or you can, like I said, put little goodies in here. But for whatever reason, if you don't have the little goodies to stuff in here, just wrap them and put a little note and tell them which one to open. That I think is really cute. And then you could also include like a little tiny note in there to basically tell them why you felt that that gift was appropriate for them. You know, a little note, something cute, make it like cute. So anyway, this is the inside, okay? The back of this is just plain. I just put a little embellishment and some hearts. And then the back of this is really nothing in there. So, I mean, these are really easy. It's the manila folders. So, let's get down to the desk and make these little bad boys, and I'll see you in a bit. Hola, hola, my little crafty monsters. So right here, we're going to use a manila folder. And because I don't have a black one and I want it black, I'm going to go ahead and paint it with this. I've never done this before, but we're going to see how this turns out. I'm not going to saturate the folder too much with paint. So you really have to be careful on putting one coat and making sure that you do a full coverage with that one coat. And then if you need to do a second one, I would advise you to let that dry completely 24 hours before you do another coat. And that's what we're going to do here, guys. So with the magic of video, this is going to be what it looks like once it's finished. Now, it did change the texture a little bit. It got a little bit, tiny bit softer, like a tiny bit softer, but not too much of a difference. So it's actually still really good. You guys could definitely go and purchase a colored one already, so you could skip this part, but for the most part, I didn't have one and I didn't want to go out there and purchase one. So I cut the end so that it's all straight edge. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and measure the little pocket sleeves in here just to make sure that they're going to fit properly, and then do the creases so that the calendar is able to open and be hung with those little pockets. Yes, and so we're going to go ahead and cover this with some DSP paper, and then we're going to do a trimming of a sexy black lace. And these are the paper packs that we're going to use. This paper pack is from Michael's, and those loose papers are actually from Hobby Lobby's. And I purchased them for 59 cents on their stacks. This is from the paper pack. So those are papers I pulled out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and glue the first papers out in front of the calendar, inside the calendar, and on the back side of the calendar. And so that's all you're going to do here. You could basically choose whatever adhesive you're most comfortable with. You know me, I always go with the Eileen's glue. So we're going to go ahead and center this as center as you possibly can. It really doesn't matter because we're going to go ahead and put a lace trim on that. So you really don't have to worry about that too much. Go ahead and continue gluing your panels or your mats, whatever you want to call them, onto your folder. This will actually help the structure of that folder again too, because remember I said once I painted it, it actually got a little bit kind of soft, like the material just got soft. I mean, it's still sturdy enough, don't get scared guys, but it did change the texture. And I believe that once you add these papers onto it, the cardstocks, you guys are just gonna reinforce it all over again, just in case you guys paint it. But if you guys find a folder that's already the color that you want, then you don't have to worry about that. So this panel, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the inside. This is gonna be the inside back part of the calendar, if that makes sense. It will afterwards, you guys will see. Yes, and so just go ahead and smooth out all those little bubbles and stuff like that. Then we're gonna go ahead and do one more for the front. This is the actual front of the calendar. And we're gonna do this one for the inside, which is gonna be that main page when it's hung. That's the page that you're gonna be able to see. And we're gonna do that in a puppy love. So you guys will see how I created that one. So go ahead and just put that paper on there. I cut it down to 11 by 8.5, like the regular size sheet, and whatever is overlapping, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. Now, I'm not really too worried about it overlapping because, like I said, guys, we're going to go ahead and put a trim of that sexy black lace. So you're not really even going to see this. I mean, we're going to put some sexy black lace and some bling because there is nothing more sexier than some bling with some lace. So now that this little bad boy is all with the mats on there, just go ahead and reinforce those creases to make sure that it's going to be opening and closing at ease, and it's not going to be too stiff. Now at this part, this is the part where we're going to go ahead and glue this little sexy black lace all around the trimming part of the event calendar. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the back part because, you know, nobody really sees this back part. So this is where I'm going to start the seam at, and this is where it's going to end. We're going to go all the way around this whole entire folder. We're not going to really worry too much about the center. The middle part, you know, that black part, the part that's folded, we're not going to worry about that. That's not going to have a lace. We're just going to do the lace and the bling trimming on the actual edge of the whole entire calendar. And right here, I'm just kind of creating like a little ruffle. You want to go ahead and do that so that it is easier on the corners because you want to round those corners off so that they don't look too messy. And in order to achieve that, you just put a little bit of glue, pleat it, put a little bit of glue, pleat it, put a little bit of glue until it's basically rounded to the size of your corner. And then just go ahead and add a strip of glue and then just put your lace on there. I love using black laces on a lot of things. I mean, black is my favorite color. So, I mean, I'm more of like the, the black and the grungy kind of style. So, I mean, I even turn all of this black stuff into a cute Valentine thing. I mean, you know, if you're not really into the whole pinks and stuff like that, although this calendar does have red and pinks, but you know, the majority of it is the black that's standing out. So you guys could get creative. You don't have to put a lace. You guys could put like a sequence ribbon or like, you know, some ribbon, or you can put just the bling, or I mean some eyelash yarn. I mean, the possibilities are endless for you to do a trimming on here. You know, Joanne sells a lot of trimming that you guys could get creative and do this for. I mean, you could use one of those kind of trimmings, but for the most part, I wanted it light, so we're gonna use this lace. I feel that the lace is gonna be light in weight, so it's gonna be perfect. So that's basically all we've done. And so right here, since there's really no border, I'm going to create a border by putting the glue about 1/4 of an inch from the edge. And we're going to go ahead and just put the lace on that. Now you could see a little bit through it, but don't worry about it because once we add the bling on here, then you're not going to be able to see it at all. And then, like I said, this is the way I do the pleats on the corner. Put some glue, pleat it, put some glue, pleat it. Now, if you don't have one of those little rubber finger protectors, definitely use some pliers, some tweezers or something to hold this and push this down so you don't get burned, because there is nothing more painful than an actual hot glue burn. Oh my God, I've burned myself so many times, but you know, I'm addicted to the crafting, so I will continue. And so this is that part where we're meeting the seams, and then we'll just cut off the ribbon from the spool, and the lace from the spool, and we're done with this part. Then from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and start attaching the bling. And these blings, I had already had them cut. These were from previous projects, and I always say use what you got. So instead of throwing these away, I saved them, obviously, and we're going to be able to figure out the sizes on these, and then we're going to go ahead and use them. So I'm pretty sure that this is going to be enough. I kind of had measured them going all the way around, so I knew that it was going to be enough. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on top of the lace, because the actual bling ribbon is going to go on top of the lace. So it's basically going to hide that seam. And that's basically what you want. And I am using that word basically, like basically a lot. I don't know what's up with me lately. So I'm using this little pick to push down the bling ribbon onto the glue so that I don't use my fingers, because the glue will seep out from in between the little ribbon a little bit, and it'll be enough to catch your finger and that will burn you. So make sure that you use something to push it down into the glue so that it's secure. Anything that's not your finger, guys. And then also too, you want to make sure that you're very careful not to push it too hard, because you don't want the glue to come out way too much from in between those little. I mean, if you guys have some of this bling ribbon, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like a little mesh net on the back of it, so the glue will seep through those little holes. And in order for that not to happen, you just don't push them down too hard, but enough to where they're gonna be secured. And that's where I'm using this little tweezer. Now the part where it's gonna fold, you guys don't want to glue that part. The hot glue will harden and it'll make it a lot harder. So I'm gonna skip that to the other side, and I'm gonna make sure that I don't have that bling ribbon glued on the part that's folded. And then you just go ahead and continue to go all the way along. And because these bling ribbons, you can attach them even if they're not all one whole strand. I mean, you can never ever tell with these. That's the one thing I like about using this. Not to mention, I love the little sparkly. So right here, we're just finishing it up and we're almost done, my little crafty monsters, for this part. And then we're gonna go ahead and start all the fun part, which is basically the decorating part. Now, if you guys don't have any of this bling ribbon, you guys could use anything else. Maybe a cute little ribbon on top of this, or that eyelash yarn that I was talking about. You could add so much stuff, so much stuff. And so we're basically done. This is what it looks like with the lace and the bling, which I think it looks really cute. So now we're just gonna go ahead and decorate the front. But first we'll go ahead and attach the sleeves in here. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut the last 3 because we don't need those. Now that trimmer didn't really do a good job on cutting them. I'm gonna save this because I could probably use it for a different project, but yeah. So we're gonna bring out our little heat tool. I don't know what this is called, honestly, but it's a Project Life, and it's one of those little shaker card sealers. So we're gonna go ahead and let that little bad boy heat up a little bit, and we're gonna turn one of those little pockets into a shaker card because we don't need one of those pockets. So we'll go ahead and turn that one into a shaker card. And the reason why I chose that one in the front is because it's going to be the most visible one. And I wanted everybody to see the pretty little sequins and the little confettis and the little table scats that I put inside that little shaker. So we're going to go ahead and get our sequences, and I'm going to use, which one am I going to use? Oh, I'm going to use some red and some pink. That's what it I don't know why I couldn't think of it. So these are my little sequins. And we're going to go ahead and add some sequins onto our little shakers to make them into shaker cards. I'm also going to use those little hearts that I've used in the past. You guys have seen them. I put those ones right there, those little confettis. We're going to go ahead and use some of those. Those I purchased them at Hobby Lobby's, and right now Hobby Lobby has everything at 40% off. So you definitely want to go take advantage of that sale. So I'm just adding 2 little hearts in here, a pink and a red, yes. And these are the little glitter ones. And then I'm going to use some of these little sequences that I purchased at the Target dollar section. And the little glass bottle ones, those, I love those. Those are the ones that I got from, these ones are the ones that I got from Target. And one of the sequins is the little X's and O's, and then one of them is little red hearts. I think this is the little X's and O's. Yeah, the little black ones are the X's and O's. I thought those were so cute. So we threw a bunch of those in the little shaker card. We don't want to overwhelm it too much, but we do want, you know, it to be a little bit cute. So now we're ready to go ahead and seal this. I always seal this on a glass plate because I feel that the glass plate just for some reason helps more better than an actual rubber mat. I've tried them all, trust me. And the glass is what really works. Until I get my glass one from Tim Holtz. I'm definitely gonna get that mat. A friend of mine showed it to me, and I don't know why she showed it to me because now I feel like I need it. So soon, guys, soon I'm gonna order it. So these are the sleeves. We're gonna go ahead and put these in there, and then I'm gonna use my stapler to go ahead and staple a line kind of a little bit above the crease. So you want to butt that up to the actual crease, and when you staple it, it has like a little centimeter or two that will give it like a slack so that it'll still open. You don't want to go ahead and staple it right on the actual crease because then you won't be able to open up your calendar. These are the embellishments that I've chose to use for in front of this. Now I just chose to use this big old pink heart in the very center of it. Hello, Matthias. Matthias is saying hello, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and ink the edge of this paper red one because I'm going to put this on the side. You guys are going to see, like, I want kind of the look of a little cluster of hearts to be in the very front. And then obviously I'm going to add these two little tickets in the very front because I always think that tickets are adorable. What, baby, what? I'm sorry, guys. He's being a little extra today. He just wants me to be holding him in my arms, and it's not gonna happen, boo-boo. We're trying to do a tutorial here. So this part is really easy. It's just really, you could decorate it however you guys want, honestly. I just wanted to do like a little cluster. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just adding hearts on top of hearts, and I'm just arranging them kind of, you know, like in a little cluster. I really liked this little burlap red heart that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. And I also purchased that one that's going to go on top of that red burlap one, which I don't know, I think it's so cute. And I'm going to add some hot glue even though it's a sticker because I want it to really be stuck. And that's all I'm really going to do. And then I'm going to put some those little foam ones on each corner, and we're going to be done. Less is more, guys. Less is more. Don't feel that you have to fill up every single inch of that front. It's just really, you know. Honestly, to tell you the truth, you don't really have to decorate it that much either because nobody's going to see it. It's going to be hanging on somebody's wall, probably. So I'm going to do the same exact matching cluster on the corner over here on the inside. I just wanted it to match all together. But then I'm going to add this little X's and O's washi tape in the center, and then I'm going to add these little puppies that I got from the paper pack from Michael's. So let's just add our washi tape first. And I'm going to put this a little bit on the more on the top part than in the center, because on the top part I'm also going to do another cluster of red little table scatters. You guys will see. So yes, definitely needs to try this. Yeah, needs to try this because these little advent calendars are so much fun, and they just, I think they're fun to even receive from somebody because you don't know what's in the little pockets, and every pocket is going to have like a little surprise, either a candy or, you know, a little treat or anything like that. So, I mean, you could basically, you could go and purchase anything you want to add on these. So these are the little puppies that I'm going to fussy cut. I'm going to fussy cut each one of these little couples because they're each in a little pair. And I'm going to put these on some foam adhesives, and then we're going to prop these up onto the bottom part. But I'm first going to put like a little strip of DSP paper to make it look like if they're standing on a stage or something. Or like a floor, not necessarily a stage. But you guys could add whatever you want. There's so many little embellishments, elements that you could use. I mean, if you guys are not into dogs and you're into cats, there's also some cats in this paper pack. So you could definitely do some cats. I'm a cat and a dog lover. I'm actually an all animal lover. I had a ranch and I had goats and chickens and ducks and rabbits and horses and I mean you name it, I've had it. But anyway, so go ahead and fussy cut whatever you want out there, or if you're going to use some stickers, that's even easier. But just remember, don't use all stickers. And so right here, I'm just going through my Valentine scrap. These are all my scraps that I save. And I'm going to look for like a little something that looks like a border. And this is it. So we're just going to cut it to size, glue it, and we're going to put this in the bottom part. And this is where I'm going to make it look like the little dogs are standing on top of this little floor. And I'm also going to add some gold washi tape because I feel like some gold in the background of the dogs is going to make them pop out. And then these are the foam adhesives. You guys have seen me use these a million times because these are my go-to. And I've always purchased these at the 99-cent store or the Dollar Tree. They both have them. And whenever I go, I always purchase like a lot of them. So right here, we're just going to add some foam adhesives to the back of these little bad boys. And then we're going to prop these up. This is just so that they have some sort of a dimension and they're not just flat on the surface. You know, I love to prop up things. I mean, the dimensions really do make a big difference when it comes to projects. It just gives them that extra something. It's a little extra something. It's a natural shadow in the back. That's a shadow we can't mimic. It's just naturally. I love these little pugs. The pugs, oh my god, they're so freaking adorable. I love all those little pudgy faced dogs. And those look like little Shih Tzus. We're going to call them Shih Tzus and the pugs. And the other two larger breeds, I don't know what they are. Probably a little pet bull. But anyway, these are the paper scatters that we're going to go ahead and use. We're going to use some glossy accents to stick these little bad boys on because I didn't want to really use the glue gun. And I'm only using the solid hearts. I'm not going to use those open hearts because the open ones, it's going to be hard to really glue them. This is the glossy accents that we're using. We're going to add a few drops. And we're going to go ahead and get our quick stick. And we're going to go ahead and place those on there. This just really makes it easier to do it. So this is basically what it looks like once we're all completely done with these little bad boys. Now guys, for the fun part, we're going to start decorating. Sorry, something happened with the filming and I didn't end up filming when I did the first 3 cards, but all I did was I just got the DSP paper, added some washi tape, a little border, and then the heart. And then on this one, the same thing. This little dog, I got 2 hearts, a black and a brown, and I cut the black one in half, and I used those as the ears. And then I put some little googly eyes, and then I just drew on the little nose with a black marker. And that's the way I did that little dog one. Super simple, super easy. Now from here, honestly, to tell you the truth, each one of these cards, it's going to be super, super simple. I mean, these cards really go pretty fast. I mean, it's just adding whatever it is that you want to add on there. Whatever you don't want to add, don't add it. You don't have to get too crazy on these. It's just really to decorate them lightly. And then make sure that you put a number on them because that's the most important. That's basically what the people are looking for. They're looking for that number. So I'm going to use this glitter gold ribbon that I always use. And I'm going to cut out hearts out of this. But I take out the wire first just so it's easier to cut. Because I'm going to use my Tim Holtz scissors. And I don't like to cut wire with those Tim Holtz scissors. So just go ahead and cut the outline. I use that heart as a guide because I just want the outline to peep. And I'm going to put that heart in front of it anyway. It's just to give it a little something. And then just put some glue with both hearts together, because that bottom one is a net, so the glue will seep through it and it will adhere to the paper one. And so the project is going to go a little bit fast because of the fact that I already had everything pre-cut. So the numbers, I cut them with some die sets that I have by Sizzix. And I cut those numbers out in black cardstock. The hearts, I cut those out in a bunch of DSP papers, the little 2.5 by 3.5 cards for the actual pockets. I had cut those out already too. So I knew which papers I wanted to use. So it's actually really, really easy. I mean, if you have all of your materials already cut out, you basically, this project will go pretty quick. And like I said, you could embellish each one of these cards however your little heart desires. You can add as many things as you want or as little things as you want. Remember what I always say, guys, less is more. So don't feel that you have to fill these little cards up with so much embellishments, because sometimes too much is just a little overwhelming. So you kind of want to, there is such a thing as too much in the crafting world, believe it or not, guys. There is such a thing. So I'm just really decorating this one kind of simple. I'm just putting the little hearts and some washi tape on top of the heart. And then I'm going to put like a little sentiment paper. And this is actually from the paper pack that we are using from Michael's, which is a little puppy paper pack. I know that's not what it's called, but that's what I'm calling it. And then we just attach our little number 5. This is the last card for this sheet right here. You know, I always like adding the bling because we always need some bling. And then we're going to move on to the next sheet. Yes, and this is the 9 cards. So we're going to do 9 cards here, guys. So I just want to do a mixture of paper with washi tapes and blings and hearts and stuff like that. And it's all just layering. Remember, we're just layering. So, you know, you guys will notice that I use this ribbon a lot. It's like my favorite ribbon because it's so glittery. However, when I use this, for some reason, it gets everywhere. Everywhere. I didn't even touch my face and I had glitter all over my face, all over my hair. I mean, I had glitter everywhere. It was sort of ridiculous. So we're just going to add 2 blings on the very top because the washi tape's doing a lot of blinging right there. And that little gold is doing a lot of blinging. So we don't want to overwhelm it too much. And there goes the first one for this one. And just keep going. You just keep going, guys. Don't stop. This washi tape was so cute. I purchased this one at Walmart. They have it in the little crafting section. And sometimes they have those washi tapes pretty good price. They're like $2.44. But the rolls on those washi tapes are really thick. So a lot of washi tape comes out in them. And so I really like that one because it was like a gold honeycomb. And it's like kind of almost like a little off-white with gold. So I felt that it was super perfect because, I don't know, it just adds that little pop of class on it. And so we're going to go ahead and attach this little 7 onto the washi tape part so it'll stand out. And that was it for that one. See, this is what I'm telling you guys. It's like so easy to do these little cards. And if you've noticed that a lot of the things that I'm using are things that I know that people like everybody loves candy and ice cream. That's love. It's the love for the sweets. So we'll throw a little heart on that one. See, love for the sweets. That's basically what that card is saying. It doesn't necessarily have to be for somebody. I just love sweets. There's Thor, guys. He is telling the neighbors not to come close. So anyway, go ahead and just add your little heart. Your little number on top of that heart. If you do it on the glitter heart, remember use some Tombow glue because a Tombow will stick onto glitter. I tend to use that for anything that I'm going to put on glitter because it really holds. That or some hot glue, but the hot glue is really hard to put on those little numbers. So Just go with the Tombow, guys. Go with the Tombow. And a lot of these little strips that you guys see me using on these cards are actual strips, the little borders that you get in the paper pack. I just got the sheet and I cut out all of these little strips. And I love using these little strips for like embellishments or little things like this. I just think it's just a lot cuter. These stickers, I got them from somebody. It was from a swap, that little bronze kind of metal in the top. But it's cute. It says so sweet. You can't see it, but it says so sweet, and I really thought it was cute. So we're using it for this. And now the next two cards, I'm just doing them regular, but the last three cards, like 12, 13, and 14, I'm going to embellish those like a little bit more like flary-ish kind of, if that makes sense. Because they're basically going to be the last ones, number 14. Like, hey. So, yeah. So I'm using a little mixture of everything, guys. Oh, you guys love that little heart, huh? I know. So I did, I have this nesting heart die set. And what I did was I cut a heart out and then I put the other smaller one in the middle. And that's how I got the frame of that heart. And you could use the middle one for a different project too. So, I mean, it's a win-win. You get two things out of one. And then the tickets. You guys know I love me those tickets. And those are personalized ones. I buy those blank. So that word love in the middle, I stamp that myself. And you could stamp whatever it is that you want that will actually fit in those little tickets. The possibilities are endless for that one. I mean, seriously. So I thought this gold strip in the middle and that big red glittered heart in the front would look so cute in this tag right here. And then I'm just going to add like these little red scatters. And then we'll add the number, and that one's going to just stay that simple because I think that was cute enough the way it looks with the rainbow in the back. And we're almost done with this little bad boy. Can't be without the bling, right? So let's do number 12. Can I get a number 12, please? So we're going to add some of this little rainbow paper on the edge of this one just to give it like a two-tone card. And we're going to get some of these little scatters. I'm going to just use the solid ones. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get that, whatchamacallit, you know that part that we cut out the heart from that glitter ribbon? We're going to use that. Because why throw it away? It's perfect to use it for something like this. So I put some hot glue and then I put the little table scat on top of it and it basically seals it. And that's what I'm doing. And then that excess that's hanging out of the card, you just turn it around to the back and you just cut it. How cute did this one come out? And it's so glittery. I mean, it's like super glittery. So, I mean, I really liked it. Then just put the number in the middle. How cute. So, like I said, 12, 13, and 14, I'm going to go ahead and put them a little bit more elaborate like that because we're getting closer to the big gift. And then this 13, I'm going to put this little gold envelope where I'm actually going to put a little message in there. I love using these for little messages. You'll see, you'll see. Yes. So this is the little gold envelope that I'm going to put. And I'm going to use some hot glue because you definitely need hot glue because that's glittered. And that's that little note that I'm going to write later. I'm going to write something in there. And because that little note is basically going to be the main focus on this card, there's really not too much to do to this one. That's an extra little surprise on that one right there. Please excuse Thor. He's a little extra today. And I'm just getting my little razor blade and I'm cutting the little strips. So these could be individual because you know how I like stacking these individually. And that's it for that one. Let's go to number 14. Now number 14, we're going to use some eyelash yarn because I want it to look like a little explosion of gold here and there. Oh, I thought I was done. So we put a little heart on the front. Pero mira que tan cute. So on this one, we're going to add the eyelash yarn, like I said, because we want it to be elaborate. Elaborate. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I really thought I was going to use a yarn on this one. Did I not use it? Yeah, I did. Oh my god, I just like literally almost scared myself because I was like, I know I did. So anyway, we're going to put some double-sided tape in the back of this little bad boy because this is where we're going to attach that little eyelash yarn on there. So grab whatever color you guys want. And I'm going to use this gold. It's called a sunburst. And well, the lady at Hobby Lobby's told me it was gold. So I hope it's gold. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and peel off the ends. There's a side, so make sure that the little ruffle part, the little fringes are going outwards. And you're attaching just the little rope part. If you guys have this, you guys will know what I'm talking about. But that little rope part, just make sure you attach that to the actual adhesive. And then all you do is just put some glue on the middle part of that and then just attach it to your card. And how cute is that? See, like a little heart explosion. And then we're going to add some bling on the corners and our number 14. And that will basically conclude our little 14 cards. So let's just add some bling here and there. You don't really have to add too much stuff because that heart and the little eyelash is enough. Not to mention that heart is a DSP paper with glitter, so it's just extra. And that's it, guys. This is the finished little calendar. Okay, and so basically in slow motion, this is what it looks like. This is the front part of the calendar with all of the little embellishments and everything that we did in the front. And then those little hearts in the front, the ones that we purchased from Hobby Lobby's, the little burlap ones, those come in pink too. They came in like different colors, but I just got the red one. So could you imagine getting like different colors and getting really fancy with it? I mean, you know, seriously, the possibilities are endless on that. And so you could decorate the front however you want. But like I said, guys, you don't really want to get too crazy because this part, nobody's really going to see it that much when it's hanging. So you don't want to get too crazy. And all of the bling and the little lace on the edges, well, that is optional. You don't have to do all of that stuff. These little ones, I mean, all the hearts, literally, everything just pulled it together. It was just a cluster of hearts. And then that little DSP paper in the back, which is more hearts. It's all about the love, guys. All about the love. Yeah, so those little tickets are my favorite. And that heart right there, that center one, the little hologram one, is cute. So it opens and closes really easy. I put the staples right there, if you guys remember. And I made sure that I did not put the staples too close to the actual crease or the score line because you want it to go ahead and open. These ones are pretty attached. I cut the 3 last ones off, and then I turned that one into a shaker card. And then this is the shaker card. I put it behind the white one so you guys could see the little X's and O's, and I mean, it just looked really cute. And then I did the same thing for here. You know, I used the glossy accents for those red metallic hearts because I felt that Eileen's glue wasn't going to really hold. And so that's what I used for these little bad boys right here. Okay, and then I used some of this awesome washi tape that I purchased. Where did I purchase this? Oh, I purchased this at the dollar section at Target, and I used that for the middle. Then I went ahead and I did put these little clusters of hearts just like in the front, and then added these little puppies that we fussy cut and put those on dimensions. And then you could just add whatever it is that you guys want in the front, like seriously. And these are popping up, so they have a shadow in the back, which is perfect. Then I have that little washi tape and then the little border on the bottom. And that's all we did for that. Then we just decorated each and every one of these little cards. You guys saw that. In the back, I just put that little embellishment here, which I stamped myself, and those are layers. And then these little glittered hearts. And that was really the whole entire advent calendar. Like I said, I'm not really going to film myself putting anything inside the actual advent calendar, because the person this is going to go to is one of my subscribers, and I definitely don't want them to have their surprise ruined. So you guys could really add whatever you want. Cut some more card stocks or DSP paper to put in the back of these pockets, so when you do add something, your recipients won't basically see what you're sending them. It basically just covers it. So you can put the little goodies in between the two sheets of papers, or you can make those little pocket letter envelopes that everybody's making, and you can put the little goodie in there. But that's it. Like this little shaker card. Welcome back, my little crafty monsters. That's how easy it was to make this little bad boy. So you see, seriously, super easy to make these little advent calendars. You can make one for your kid or your grandkids or yourself and put a little candy, a little treat in there, and every day they get to have a little treat, which I think is adorable. So I hope that inspired you guys to make one of these little advent calendars. They're super easy. Once you fill them up, obviously, it's going to be a little bit bulky. I did not film any of the goodies that are going to go in here because of the fact that this is going to go to somebody, and that somebody is one of our subscribers. So I don't want the surprise to be spoiled. So, but you could basically put whatever it is that you guys want. Anything that fits in those little envelopes. Like I said, if it doesn't fit in the envelopes, wrap it up, put a little number on it, and then put a little note in the envelope. I mean, in the sleeve, and then tell them what gift to open. So, I mean, the possibilities are endless. Seriously, let your creative mind just go out of the box and just create, guys. Seriously. So, like I said, I hope that inspired you guys to make one. And if you guys do make one, please definitely share on our Facebook, Paper to Masterpiece. I would love to see your masterpieces. And that's it for now, my little crafty monsters. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button, as well as that little bell icon, so you guys will get notified every time I upload a video, because you don't want to be missing out on this fabulousness. And don't forget to share and tell a friend, because your friends also need to know how fabulous these are. And that's it for now. Goodbye, my little goodbye, my little crafty monsters. I forgot the crafty part. I was just gonna call you monsters. Sometimes you guys act like little monsters. But anyway, goodbye, my little crafty monsters. Until next time.